baseman, had he charged that ground ball, he would have had a lot more time to make that play. He just kind of stepped back there and waited for it.
Yeah, kind of let that one come into him. But it will result in 2 outs.
Well, that's far. No doubt what this pitcher for Pocahontas wants to do. He wants soft ground balls in the infield, and thus far, that's what he's got.
Ridgway ready for the second pitch. On its way.
Ooh, that's
well
high.
inside. Did they get a piece of him? Doesn't look like it. That'll be good for ball 2.
2-1.
Call that the Shawn Michaels pitch, chin music. Ball 3 for Ridgway. Worked to count well in his advantage. I wonder if he's got the green light here at 3-0.
Well, that's far the only pitch that he's had that's really been hittable is the one he's fouled off. The rest of the other ones, Ranger, the balls have been well low and well high.
Pitch on the way.
Just taken all the way on that one.
And that's ball 4. And that'll bring up Luke Fraley, playing shortstop today. He'll have an opportunity here with a runner on first.
Yeah, thus far, James Monroe batters may be chasing this pitcher for Pocahontas, and that could be why there's been so many ground balls chasing outside the strike zone.
Ridgway is going to take second, slides in, and he's well safe. Stolen base there for Ridgway. Now, 2 outs with a runner in scoring position. Fraley has an opportunity.
Yeah, ideally something over the first baseman's head would be great. The right fielder is playing well over towards center field.
Ball 2 with Ridgway.
It would be guaranteed at least one RBI or one RBI and at least a double.
With Ridgway having 2 outs here, to his advantage, he can run on contact.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way. Takes high in again. Ball 3. So he's worked himself into another 3-0 count. Got to think this is your 4 hitter here. You're going to give him the green light for anything that might get laced down the middle on a 3-0 count. Delivers. Comes around.
Checked up, and it's going to be either called strike or he saying he went around. I didn't see him go around, so it must be a called strike by virtue of pitch placement. I didn't see him break his wrist.
Connection made. Popped up and out of play, so the count runs to full. "16 pitches here in this inning for Burns. Stutz was able to get out of the first on 11.
As you know, he's gotten behind in the count, but he's been able to work himself back into a full count for the last 2 batters.
Ridgway's going to run on the pitch. That's ball 4. So, very dangerous play to take third on the walk, but he does so. So now we have runners on the corners. With Jones up to bat. Pitch on the way. Fraley's going to run. He's going to take second without any attention paid to him. So they're going to just
I'm sure they were
defensive indifference to second base.
I'm sure they were happy to give that up to prevent a possible ball going into center field and picking up a run on the error. So
pitch on the way, low. That opens up first.
With 2 outs, I would give up second base with 2 outs, as opposed to the depending on what you don't know how we don't know how the catcher's arm is. He may have thrown one there to the fence. We don't know.
Comes the pitch. Gets a piece of it. Slow roller to first. First base is going to get it and make the play himself. And that gets him out of the inning with the Mavericks threatening with 2 runners on. But goes for nothing as the Mavericks will head into the top of the second, tied 0-0. We'll be right back. We're back. Dylan Dunn's up to bat. Stud starts the second inning. Well, just 11 pitches in the first. Pitch on the way. We're going to get a ball 1. A little more explanation on that call at first base with Hudson Bogus. So, explanation we got was that he was initially called safe because of interference, which is kind of what we thought should have been the call if they were going to call interference. But the discussion was that he was actually out before the interference happened, which
you can't interfere if you're out.
Yeah. So umpires got together, had that discussion, ended up with the right call. And that's what you hope for.
Count goes, what is that, 1-1 or 2-1?
2-1.
2-1.
3-1 after that ball. Pitch on the way, gets a piece of it, comes back, hits Stutz. Not going to be able to get and make a play. Fraley came in and tried to barehand that ball and get it over, but actually it hit Stutz and kind of carried away from him.
Yeah, it went off of the pitch and it actually killed the momentum at any speed that the ball has. So it was just kind of dying a slow death there between the pitcher's mound and first base. Real hard ball to make any sort of a play on.
And you can credit an infield single to Duns. Called strike 1. Second pitch from Stutz on the way. Strike 2. So last time Pocahontas County was able to get a runner on first, the Mavericks were able to get a ground ball and double them up. Looking to do the same thing here. Has a chance to go right after this batter and get the strikeout, and that ball comes in well high Stutz loses his hat on the pitch.
Yeah, a lot of times you see pitchers in high school, once they start pitching out of a stretch, their quality, takes a step down.
Swing and a miss, and that is a strikeout for Matthew Stutz. More importantly, that gives them the out. First out of the inning with a runner on first. Smith up to bat. 2 early balls. Curtis Smith, left fielder, his first at-bat of the game here in the second inning. Pitch on the way. Called strike. It's a patient Warriors team. Stutz ready to deliver on the way. Called strike 2. 2-2 the count now.
Yeah, they're getting back to what you said about Pocahontas.
A swing and strike, and that's down. Strike out number 2 for the inning. Matthew Stutz dealing.
I get patient, but why would you take 2 strikes watching and swing on the third one?
On the way, going to have a chance here as the runner's going to second. Throw well in time, and Hudson Bogus runs him down, and that is going to end your inning. Get him on the attempted steal.
Why steal with 2? Why attempt that steal with 2 outs? So
We're going into the bottom of the second. We'll be right back. We are back, getting ready to start bottom of the second inning.
He's been out there for 6 outs already.
We're going to have Cameron Glover up to start, the left fielder. Up in this inning will be Glover, Neal, and Lowe. Pitch on the way, called strike. Second pitch comes in high. 1-1 to count now. As Burns works against Glover. Burns needs a quick inning here as he had to get through 20. There's a foul. 1-2 the count. Pitch to Glover. Gets a piece of it, hits it to shortstop, gets by into left field. Glover's going to make the turn at first. Left field is able to come in and field it cleanly, so to hold him to a single, but Mavericks in business here with no outs.
Yeah, just reached out there over top of the plate to make contact with that ball. Just another off-speed pitch by this Pocahontas pitcher. It was spotted up where he
Glover on his way to second. He gets down in time. Second baseman not able to field that throw cleanly, so another steal for the Mavericks. Pitch on the way. That was Bryson Neal up to bat. 1-1 the count. Throw goes back dangerously. Glover's able to get back to the bag. That thing almost ended up in center field.
Good play there by second baseman just to be able to snatch onto that ball, much less try to make a play off of it.
Pitch on the way inside, and that's going to run the count to 2-1.
These James Monroe batters may have to adjust a little bit here. All his off speed, he's pitching by location. He's trying to put it someplace where the bat ain't. Case in point, last base hit by James Monroe, putting the bat on the ball as opposed to waiting for a strike to hit. That base hit was a ball. It was outside and just maybe a little bit low, but due to the virtue of the fact that it was such a slow pitch, it wasn't a powerful pitch. You were able to have enough time to put the bat on it. That may be the philosophy James Monroe has to adopt here in this game.
Blow up to bat after Neal was able to draw the walk.
They tipped it.
Strike one on the foul tip. Comes the ball, hits a shortstop. He comes up with a good throw to first. He's going to get the out there. But meanwhile, runners advanced to second and third. And just one out.
Yeah, I don't know if I paid attention or not. The James Monroe runner on second actually started running before contact was made. I'm not sure if it was possibly James Monroe had a double steal on there.
Aggressive lead from Glover.
Yeah. All for the benefit of the pitcher there. Ball fouled off down the left field line. Tried to find its way up here into the press box.
That's why I'm tucked over here in the corner. 1-1 the count. Runners on second and third. One out. Contact made. That one comes at us as well. Fouled out of play. Runs the count to 1-2. Has an opportunity to get this out, which would be a big out for them. This is Luke Jackson up to bat. Had that walk-off the other night. Dangerous hitter in the 9-hole. Comes the pitch. Gets a piece of it again. That's coming foul. Stays alive and fights off. Monroe work here. Or, sorry, making Burns work here. Already up to 34 pitches in the second inning.
These pitchers, you know, they're the off-speed stuff is messed with his timing, in that every one of these pitches he's made contact with would have been, a lot of them would have been base hits, but he's been way too early on them.
Next delivery on the way. Low.
Which I think, if I was there right now, I think I'd move that left foot a little bit back and take advantage of the timing issue and try to put one over top between the first and second baseman.
Pretty big gap down the right field line as well. Pitch delivered. Gets a piece of that. Slow roller back to short, or second. He's not able to field it cleanly. Everybody's going to be safe, and the run's going to score from third. He just, ball ate him up a little bit on the slow roll. Took a hop at the end. He wasn't able to cleanly field it, and that pushes a run across. So on that, runners advance to third base. We'll have a runner on first. And call that a single and an RBI for Luke Jackson.
Runner goes. As everybody there even make a play. I don't believe that they have much faith in the catcher's arm.
You might be right. They haven't even attempted to make that throw.
Well, the second baseman, when somebody steals, he hasn't even moved yet. He just kind of sits there and watches them run right by.
A couple times he's tried to make the throw to second, but they haven't been in time, so might be an issue there.
Catcher's certainly a good size fella.
2-0 the count.
It's been an otherwise cloudy day, but now the sun's decided to pop out. Which doesn't create any shadow problems at all, because we're not in Fenway or anything.
Mavericks still have a lot they could do here. With only one out and runners on. Hudson Bogus up. His count to 3-1, and he was able to draw a walk that first time up as well.
The worst thing that could happen.
Or no, he had the almost out safe play at home.
As early as they've been swinging, the worst thing he could do right now is hit a line drive to third baseman, and he just tagged the base.
Called strike.
There's confusion there.
It's going to run the count to full.
Pitches well inside. Jay's walked the bases loaded now with one out, so. Yeah, you see James Monroe, bases loaded, is a prime opportunity to hit into a double play, but also a really good opportunity here to push runs across. One out, bunt.
Yeah, bases loaded here. Matthew Stutzup has the opportunity to help his own cause here. Ball one. Nowhere to put him.
No.
Pitch count really starting to climb for Burns, over 40 now. Second pitch delivered. That skips in. Nobody's going to try to advance, though. Started off as a cooler, overcast day, and it looked like rain setting in as this game began. There was some question whether we'd be able to get the whole game in, but it looks to be. Sun's popped out some, and we're getting a little bit better look here. Some blue popping through. Pitch on the way. Gets a piece of that, and it gets past shortstop. That's going to score one run. Luke Jackson turns third. He's going to score. And Hudson Bogus going to make it to third base easily on the single to center field.
One of the longest singles you'll ever see hit.
can score that a hit to Stutz, a single, and 2 RBIs. Foul ball.
There's a little bit of a run and hit action going on there.
Still only 1 out here in this inning.
And runner goes again.
He went with the ball still in the pitcher's hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, they've got the. I think James Rose picked up the professional term for it's a clue that James Rose or that Pocahontas is not concerned about defending a stolen base.
pitch on the way. Inside, that'll run the count to 1 or 2 and 1.
Got the second baseman for Pocahontas. Well, he's not going to do it this time, I don't believe. But he has been holding the runner on. As soon as the pitcher goes to his wind out, he's sprinting back over there to try to cover up the gap. If I was him, I would just play in that gap.
Strike on the delivery. 2 and 2.
Yeah, he just wasn't the ball call. He wasn't the high pitch called ball there, but it was down in the zone.
Yeah, this was an issue the Mavericks had the other day, was not able to get guys off the base path. They left a lot of runners on in that game. They'd like to start to remedy that here by getting these two across. Pitch on the way. Connection made. That's going to go to shortstop. He's able to field that one clean. Comes up with a good throw. And he's going to be out there, but that pushes the run across.
Yeah, it's, speaking, actually, while they were still down there in Tennessee on that road trip, the games before they went down there, that they had left men on base throughout the entire game. Several games, a couple of games, early games they played. They were looking to remedy that once they came back from Tennessee.
So Ridgeway able to get the sacrifice RBI. 2 outs, runner on third.
And they were able to do that. They were
1 ball on Luke Fraley
to improve a little bit on that last game against Princeton. There, I think it took them to the 7th inning before they did.
Good connection made there. That ball's deep. Left fielder's running it down and drops it out of. And that's a fair ball. No, they're going to say it's a foul ball now. Had it right on the line. You guys can't see down that line because it's blocked by this wall, but that was in his glove and dropped it out, and it was right on the line. It could have really gone either way, but it's going to be a long, loud strike. On the count here on Fraley, 2 outs, runner on third. Pitch is delivered. And that's a strike. So 1 and 2 the count. Burns ready on the mound. Leg kick and a delivery. And that ball's driven down the left field line. That's going to get through. Eats up the left fielder. Fraley makes a turn. He's going to be held to a single. That's good for another RBI, and the Mavericks now lead 5-0.
Yeah, it was a shot. Kind of went right over, just over top of the webbing of the third baseman's glove. Hit hard enough that it just tipped the webbing back and kept on going. It could have took the glove with it.
Junior Jones steps up. First pitch ball. So single and an RBI to Luke Fraley. His second RBI of the night. Pitch on the way. That's driven into the hole between second and short, gets into center field, and that will be another single. Asking Farley, hey, why ain't you over here at third base? So credit another single to the first baseman, Jones.
It's how many batters have they gone through this inning? Should be getting close to.
That was a first pitch hit, wasn't it? That's the first pitch to Jones. Pitch on the way. Cameron Glover.
They should be close to being all the way through the order in this inning. How many batters have they had? Has James Monroe had this inning?
I believe Cameron Glover started this inning. This is his second at bat in this inning.
I was thinking they had gone through it. Gone through all 9.
Ball popped up. First base is going to be able to make that play. It's a 2-1 count. And that will get them out of this inning. But the Mavericks push across 5 here in the second inning, and they lead 5-0. We're going to head to the top of the third. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. Back, and that's an early strike 1 for Tenney. Pitch 2 on the way. Strike two.
Just on the outside corner of the plate there.
Stud's working fast. Studs delivers. Outside.
Wanted to put that same place he did that last pitch, just missed it a little bit further outside than he wanted to be.
Pitch on the way. Comes in low.
I don't know if he steps off right there like he thought the Pocahontas coach was going to steal home.
Comes the pitch. Strike three, gets the out.
It called looking batter was wanting that ball to be called high and inside, but he was trying to sell the umpire on that by leaning back, but obviously wasn't.
Pitch on the way, gets a piece of that one, but a foul.
Yeah, pitch definitely did go where it was supposed to. Catcher was set up outside and had to jump back in there to the inside part of the plate to catch that ball. Or I'm not the inside part of the batter's box, actually, to catch the ball.
Next pitch in, ball two.
I tell you, it's number one here for Pocahontas. He presents a problem for James Rowe pitching in that not a lot of a strike zone there to work with.
This is the second baseman, Burgess. He gets a called strike. Count to 2-2. One out here, no one on. Stutz looks to home, now delivers. That ball's going to skip in before count runs to full. Pitch in and high. He's going to be able to get to first on the walk. Gainer up. One out, one on. Here in the top of the third. Mavericks just had a big bottom of the second where they were to get 5 runs across. Runner's going to go. Ball's hit.
He's going to be in there.
That was, sorry, it wasn't hit. That was the pop of the glove. That was a good play at second base, just not able to capitalize on it.
He beat that ball in there anyway. Thing's still crooked.
Pitch comes to Gainer. Takes for a ball. 2-1 the count. Stutz readies and delivers. That ball's going to be inside. Suddenly the count to 3-1. The runner on second.
Well, you know, we've seen Pocahontas. They would rather.
Pitch comes, gets a piece of it. That's going to trickle down the line. Stays fair. Throw from third. He's going to get the out. That took a big throw there from Caden Lowe as he had to charge and barehand that ball right down the line. Thinking that was going to roll foul, and it just never did.
Never did. I tell you what, heads-up play there by the base runner for Pocahontas. He waited till he saw that ball was definitely going to first base, and he went ahead and took third on the play.
Back to the top to McQueen, 0 for 1. Actually, Matthew McQueen took a walk. He's 0 for 0. Took a walk in the first inning. Right off the bat.
I was getting ready to say it before the last batter hit into that fielder's choice. Pocahontas is well and happy to get behind in the count with the bat on their shoulder, as opposed to swing at a pitch that they don't want to hit, even if it's a strike.
Pitch comes in, he swings at that one and swings through.
Them being that selective just allows for them to actually work their way back into a count without doing anything, just by virtue, that pitcher's not going to throw 3 strikes in a row. I mean, this is high school ball. We're not dealing with people that can spot the ball all over different parts of the plate. So you know that they're going to, if they just wait, there's a chance that pitcher's going to throw 3 balls before he throws 3 strikes.
Count to 2 and 2 here. Stutz has an opportunity to get out of this without any damage, despite the runner on third. Burgess takes his lead. Ball skips in. He's not going to attempt to steal home on that pass ball. But that runs this count to 2 and 3, or 3 and 2.
Yeah, there's just you can't really see it from here, but there's just not enough area back there behind the backstop for a pass ball. Unless a fella's got a really big lead to start.
Pitch on the way, called strike 3, and that gets him out. Mavericks head into the bottom of the third. No damage done there, despite the runner making it to third. Mavericks up 5-0. We'll be back. We are back. Burns pitching, Neal up to bat. Ball comes in low. Swings through, strike one. Delivery comes, swings through, strike two. Hill was able to draw a walk last time up. Pitch on the way, comes in high. Just count to 2-2. That's strike three. And that'll bring up Caden Lowe. Ball popped up towards first base. First baseman not able to make the play there as that gets out. Pops that up toward, that's going to land fair and roll foul. Lucky break there for the Warriors. I think he was going to reach base easily. Cut the grass a little bit longer over there, and that ball stays fair. Turning into an absolutely gorgeous day out here now after the threat of rain.
Yeah, those low clouds have lifted and spots of blue.
Pitch comes in behind Lowe's. He has to duck out of the way and call that a ball. 1-2 the count.
Of course, this time of day could become a factor there. The sun, with line drive, sun being right in the first baseman's eyes.
Gets a pop-up. That flares into center field. Shortstop can't make the basket catch over his shoulder. And that's going to be a hit for Caden Lowe. That brings up man of the hour Thursday night, Luke Jackson. Ball away. Lowe's going to take off, but foul ball. He'll have to go back to first. Only one out here in the inning. After this, Mavericks move back to the top of their lineup. Lowe's going to go again. Hit and run. That ball is just foul. As you said, skips just to the outside of third base down that line. Another loud strike.
You see, batters starting to time that up a little bit better now. Those balls are at least getting closer to the baseline, whereas before they were all up over the press box. So batters starting to get used to his.
Gets another piece of that one.
Getting a little more used to his off-speed, kind of odd placed variety of pitches this Pocahontas pitcher's throwing.
Lowe's going to take second on that. Called ball. Count. Now to 1-2. Lowe finally gets the second after his third run down there. Ball comes in high. 2-2 the count now. 70 pitches here for Burns.
James Ray able to stretch his at bat out, just keeps foul tipping.
And ball comes in out of the zone. Brings the count to full. Base open here. The Warriors choose to go that direction. They don't have to throw anything really hittable here. That ball's going to be slowly hit to shortstop. Third base comes around. He's going to turn.
Well wide.
Goes over the first baseman. And the Mavericks are going to score there on the throwing error. We're going to count that as a hit. That was going to be a tough play to make. Bang, bang, but lets the run score. A single for Jackson with another RBI. And that brings us back to the top of the lineup.
Hitting against a pitcher like this, you know, a lot of ground balls. If you want to stay out of the double play, you've got to almost leave the hit and run sign on.
Back up to Bogus. Balls and no strikes on the leadoff hitter. Swing and a miss for Hudson. That's strike one.
A pitcher like this is not overpowering. He's going to live off of those swings at balls. He's hoping to get you to swing at balls and to any of the strikes that he throws to be called strikes that are just nibbling at the outside of the strike zone. The mistake, when he makes a mistake, it would be a strike down the middle because, like I said, he's got a real fastball. It's not going to be a problem putting that pitch into play. That's why he does not want to throw his pitches, which is why his pitch count is so high.
That pitch, he's going to take second again.
You know what, the
not a throw even over there.
Stolen base stats for James Monroe this game would probably put them ahead. They should lead the state by the end of this game in stolen bases. Successful stolen bases, I mean. They had knocking on at least, 5 or 6 stolen bases this game.
Stutz gets a piece of that, drives it into center field. That's going to get the gap. That's going to plate 2 runners. Might be the first extra base hit here of the night for the Mavericks. He's going to go for 3, and he's going to get there easily as he slides in a 2-run triple.
Yeah, give that third base to the center fielder. He had absolutely no sense of urgency about getting that ball into the infield.
So a walk for Hudson, and then a triple for Stutz.
Not saying they would have got him out, but they could have
RBIs.
definitely made a play out of it if he had just not stood there and watched the ball as it set at his feet for a second before he decided to pick it up and throw it in.
A drive back into center field. That's going to plate Stutz. Cooper Ridgway. He gets in on the action now. Cooper Ridgway singles and credited him for an RBI, his second of the night. And the Mavericks suddenly find themselves up 9-0. Pitch on the way, high. 2 balls for Fraley. 82 pitches here right now for Burns. Pitch on the way. They're going to try to take second, but that ball flares foul. So they have to go back. Count 2-1. Pitch on the way.
And another stolen base.
Still a second without a play attempt made there. Some issues with our scoreboard here, not correctly showing the hits and at-bats for the batters, so bear with us as we try to get that straightened out. Long ball hit into center field. That gets over the center fielder's head. That's going to score Ridgeway, and it's going to be another at least triple, but he's digging. He might try to go all the way, but he's going to stop there. So Luke Fraley bangs a triple, and that is going to give the Mavericks a 10-0 lead.
Well, even though it wasn't a successful play, at least the center fielder, at least he went down fighting that time. At least he was able to run and try to get underneath that ball and almost made a play on it. And if he could have gotten sent around had it not been, it was from the, I believe it was third baseman that threw that cutoff play into the shortstop that threw into the third baseman. Made a
not sure
pretty decent.
If the scoreboard on the field is correct, I think the score is actually 9-0.
I don't know what it was before this started.
See if we can get some clarification on that. Sounds like we're going to have some mass subs coming in through this next inning. Ball driven deep. That is going to get to the fence, not quite out. Junior Jones belts a long RBI double.
Hey, Richie, what's the score? What's our score? Yeah, don't look out there. That's just, yeah.
We can get a clarification on the.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and it is 11. Pitch from Burns, ball. Neil, low count.
No, Pocahontas pitching definitely has developed a problem keeping the ball under the batter's head.
There's only one out in this inning. Mavericks have really had an offensive explosion here in this game. Only in third inning right now. 10-run rule doesn't even come in effect, I believe, until the fourth.
Yeah, they've definitely unclogged whatever it's been that caused them to leave runner after runner on base earlier in the season. And like I said, they did kind of work themselves out of that against the game against Princeton.
It's a rough feeling, to be a pitcher and out there and not able to get yourself out of that inning and batters are running around, but sometimes that's just how it is. Delivery from Burns. That's popped up.
Popped away.
Not sure if there's going to be a play on that ball.
Be out of play.
It gets out of play. So we'll go back and try that again with 2 strikes. Delivery from Burns. That ball's driven into the gap in center field. That's going to possibly score a run as Jones turns. They're going to hold him there. That's going to be a double for Bryce Neal.
Yeah, I believe.
I think playing base to base here from second to third because
pitcher for Pocahontas is they're called timeout here. Pitcher for Pocahontas is obviously getting tired. He's not giving up those type of line drive shots through the first part of this game. He's been able to spot the ball around pretty good, keep a lot of the hit balls on the ground. He got a couple of line drive hits, but these past few batters for James Monroe have just been feasting off of him. And it's frustrating for him. You mentioned the pitcher beforehand. If they weren't, stealing every base, and if his defense was making some plays behind him, he would still be behind, but he wouldn't be behind 11-0. Which is now looks like we're going to have a pitching change.
So he's going to have a few minutes to warm up here. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Number 1, what was he?
back.
Don't know where the pitcher went.
So after that pitching change, we're going to have second baseman Burgess has come in to pitch.
Who's on first? They switched first baseman now. That's a different first baseman.
Looks like Burns has made his way over to first base. Swing and strike. 1-1 to count. Strike two.
Hey, what new pitcher for Pocahontas is not wasting any time. Not being distracted by the runners, third base. He just up there, steps off the rubber, gets his sign, and throws the pitch. Batter's able to swing, fouled it off over the right field line, or I'm sorry, first base line.
Pitch on the way, gets a piece of that, but fouls it back. Ball hit, throw it over, and that's an out. That was out for Caden Lowe.
Total different pitcher there from Pocahontas. Went from a taller fella to a shorter fella. Different style of pitching. Hard to adjust to on the fly in the middle of an inning.
So after all that, we're going to head to the top of the fourth inning. 11-0, Mavericks lead. We'll be right back. back, strike one. Ball one, I'm sorry. Mavericks lead here 11-0 in the top of the fourth. Massive defensive changes here for the Mavericks as Owen Jackson has come in to play third base. Michael Fraley is behind the plate catching. Peyton Gardner is pitching right now, and it was actually Hudson Boggs who came in and pitched that second inning through 31 pitches. Had a couple of strikeouts. Balls and one strike. Ball flared into the gap in center field. Able to run it down and gets it in. That's going to be a single.
They see if Pocahontas outfielders have been fielding the ball like that throughout this game, you know, the poor pitcher might not have been getting his socks knocked off of him. Rare bright spot in the offense for Pocahontas is a well-hit ball. If that was Clayton Kershaw throwing sliders, it'd be a whole lot easier to watch those balls bounce in front of home plate.
Hindercup bat right now after the single from Burns.
Another ball skips into the catcher's mitt there. So it's be 2-0.
No throw attempt here. Ball three.
11-run lead there. You're terribly concerned about letting a fella get into scoring position at this point in the game.
Pitch on the way from Gardner.
That's what they were looking for.
3-1 the count. Runner takes third on the defensive indifference.
I'm not sure what they're calling, what that pitch is that he's throwing into the dirt every time. I've been trying to pick it up. I haven't been able to thus far. It's definitely not a fastball. It's a breaking ball of some sort.
Throw over to first, safe. Might have a timeout on the field.
Well, whatever it is that pitch is, I don't think I would call that anymore.
Dunn's batting, pitch on the way. Runner's going to take second on the swing and strike and no throw. Mavericks with a new catcher in right now. It's Michael Fraley. That ball hit to third base, gets past Jackson there into left field. Left fielder can't really cleanly hold it up, and that's going to be a run across for the Warriors.
Once again, well hit ball there. It's nothing but just smoke right back up the third base line. It's hard to do anything with that.
Going to be a single for Duns and the first RBI of the night for the Warriors.
So with a change in hitting, well, I mean with a change in pitching here, the Pocahontas bats showing that they're not quite dead wood. Or dead aluminum, or dead magnesium.
Williams up. Count 1 and 2.
42 down there for Pocahontas. Got a ZZ Top starter kit on his chin there.
Pitch on the way. It takes second.
Runner goes.
No throw.
No through.
On the other end,
That was
swing and
probably
strike.
smart because if they had tried, as soon as that throw was going to second, the runner from third was going home.
Pitch delivered, comes in low. 2 and 2 the count.
If I was Pocahontas at this point in the game, I'd tell you, if any sort of pass ball, I'd send both runners. Why not?
Pitch turned away, but a called strike. And that's out number 1. Dakota Smith up to bat. Waits the delivery from Gardner. Called strike. Gardner starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm out there. Comes the pitch, and that skips in, but a good job blocking that by Fraley.
Whatever, that's a different pitch they're calling. Whatever it is they're calling, he is not yet. That's disrespectful towards him at all, but he has not managed to get one of those across the plate. I would not call that pitch anymore. If they did, I would shake it off if I was him.
Next pitch on the way, swings through.
Yeah, there's
Strike number 2.
same pitch as he threw for the last strike. It's just still number 1 down the middle.
Pitch on the way. Inside, ball number 2.
Batter being implored to stay in there and take one for the team. His teammate told him that Chatter from the Pocahontas bench told him to stay in there. He wasn't going to hurt anything up there.
Ball 3.
Let's see if Bill keeps sense of humor with this.
Swings through and a strikeout.
This kind of a game, still be able to crack jokes.
2 outs now for the Mavericks in the bottom of the 4th, or the top of the 4th. Gardner able to strike out Smith. Now it's Dylan Tenney up. Which comes in low, ball 1. Gardner takes a breath, takes the sign into his windup, pitch delivered, and swing and strike. 1-1 the count. Words of wisdom from Pocahontas coach Simmons.
Sometimes
strike number 2 on the called strike.
yeah, it might have been just a hair bit low, but
Yeah,
got the call anyway.
looked a little bit low to me, but you're going to get that call. And that connection made. Come back and got the umpire, I believe.
Yeah, I think this is the umpire right on the. I didn't see it, but it sounded like it was right dead center, 12 o'clock on his helmet.
Yeah, he kind of has that look as he comes out. We're going to check on him and make sure he's okay. Looks like he's ready to play on. Tough guys who stand behind the plate. Can't be an umpire behind the plate too long before something like that happens to you.
And Pocahontas fortunately does not tell him that he can stand there and take it because it won't hurt anything up there.
Delivery on the way, and that's taken for a ball. Swings through. That's strike number 3. That's going to be the end of the inning.
Chase the high fastball up there, and he's going to go over and take a seat.
All right, so we're heading in the bottom of the 4th. Mavericks up 10. We'll be right back. Folks, we are back, and it's going to be Joe Hodges stepping in. He's going to bat in place of Luke Jackson in the 9-hole. Balls on Hodges.
He's 3-0 on 3 straight pitches.
First at bat here for Hodges, and that ball is going to skip down the left field line, gets past the third baseman. Hodges is going to turn and try for 2, and he's going to get there easily as the ball goes past the cutoff man. Leadoff double for Hodges, and the Mavericks right back in business.
Credit that to the third baseman by, as I said in Major League, playing that Olay something ball.
We'll see who's going to step into the plate now, and that's going to be number 9, Peyton Gardenier, the pitcher, batting in place of Hudson.
Yeah, he chases the first pitch down low. I think that ball actually may have bounced on home plate. He chased the first swing and a miss. 0-1 now. Called strike 2. Right at the knees.
Hodges is able to take third on the pass ball.
It's the first runner we've seen advance the whole game on a pass ball, isn't it?
On the pass ball? Yeah, it might be. Gardenier up now. Runner on third, count 1 and 2. Ball hit right to shortstop. He's able to flag it down. Does he get back? And he does get back in time, almost a double play. Ball sharply hits the shortstop.
And there's no reason that shouldn't. The only reason that was not a double play is a third baseman just caught the ball and just dwaddled over there. And by the time he realized how close the play was going to be, it was too late, even with a diving effort. If he'd have made a faster first step after he caught that ball, it would not have been that. Pocahontas could have been.
One out. Up to bat now, Owen Jackson. He'll stand in place of Matthew Stutz.
Right.
Ball hit right back to short on the line drive, and he snags that one as well.
Shortstop for Pocahontas turning a stellar defensive performance from standing in one spot.
Now it's going to be Michael Fraley in the bat.
This
Ball hit directly to shortstop. All three batters go right to shortstop, and that's a quick inning. Mavericks not able to get anything across. Score remains 11-1. And that was Michael Fraley stepped in, who is playing catcher spot right now in place of Cooper Ridgway. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. It's top of the fifth. Folks, and we are back getting ready to start. Top of the fifth inning, Mavericks lead 11-1 over the Pocahontas County Warriors. Be the pitcher for the Warriors up to face Mavericks pitcher Gardenier. I believe the mercy rule, the Mavericks still lead it by 10 after 5, will come into play. Gardenier ready for his first pitch, delivers, and it comes in high and inside. Pitch delivered. Ball 2. strike on the call. 2-1 the count now. Swinging strike 2. And that evens everything up. 2-2.
That's third strike.
That was the third strike. He was behind on a strike. I think the scoreboard was behind on a strike too. So that is an out.
We don't want to start that because she was right on the score.
Well,
I'm trying to avert a domestic disturbance up here in the press box.
Gaynor faces Gardner. Ball 1. Swings through, strike 1. More than 1 to count here with 1 out, nobody on. Nice cool day here in Linside. Ball delivers, swinging, strike 2.
Not a very decisive set of swings there from 18s.
Another strikeout. Gardner dealing here. 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Kind of gave up there and gave us 3 half-hearted swings at 2 decent pitches and 1 terrible pitch.
Back up to McQuain. Pitch comes in, swings through. Strike number 2. So 1 more strike, and that's going to get them out of this.
First inning they faced Gardner, they didn't chase, but this inning he's still throwing. I mean, I'm not sure if they're concerned about their handicap or their batting average. They've been swinging quite a few balls way down in the dirt, or quite low anyway.
Pitch delivered, gets a piece of it to second base, comes up and throws, makes the play at first.
And number 2 is moving a little bit faster than they thought he was.
That's going to be 3 outs here. And that's going to be your game, everybody. Mavericks win 11-1 after 5. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. game in the 11-1 Maverick victory over Pocahontas County. It's Matthew Stutz, starting pitcher, and so you came out today and you had a lot of success early on the mound. Did you see anything? Were you doing anything special?
Just trying to just trying to put it into the strike zone, put it best I could.
Yeah, that
Just let him hit the ball.
seemed to work pretty well. You got down the offensive end too. I believe you was 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs and that big triple.
Yeah.
What'd you think coming around? Did you know it was a triple as you were digging around first? You weren't going to stop?
Yeah, their center fielder was playing a little left, and I saw it went right in the gap and rolled to the fence, and I knew I had him beat going to third.
So you guys had a pretty big offensive night here. Do you think this past few games have got you guys rolling?
Yeah, we've been hitting the ball much better than we have in the past few games.
Hit the ball at the right time.
Yeah.
And so we know stuff against Princeton particularly.
Yeah, we've been starting off pretty slow, but we've started to get in the hang of hitting.
We'll talk about the difference. You 10-run the team here tonight. The other night you had to get the walk-off against Princeton. How are those different? How does it change your approach to the next game?
Just come in playing the same attitude, come ready to play.
Two different quality teams between Princeton and Pocahontas. Not taking anything away from Pocahontas, just night and day.
Yep.
So, 4 games in a row. How does that feel?
It feels good. Like to keep it going.
You guys are back out here in action tomorrow night. You have I don't have the schedule in front of me. Who you have tomorrow night?
Summers County.
Summers County. So you have a AA team coming in. Big rival, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. I was coming to think of it. Did anybody check to see what teams played the other night when we played Princeton?
I didn't. But you guys started off a little bit slow this season. Had to go down to Tennessee and play some of those guys. You've come back, and that seems like it's really helped. Has that tough schedule helped out as you got into the stretch run?
Yeah. Having faced harder pitchers and just having to catch up to the ball really helps against single-A teams in our division.
All right. Everybody, that's Matthew Stutz. Mavericks get a big win here tonight, 4th in a row. 10-run Pocahontas County and send them out of here early. It's still daylight, and we're done. It's not 10 o'clock. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up with that. Matthew Stutz, player of the game, starting pitcher, 4 RBIs on a 2 for 3 night with a big triple that kind of blew things open.
Plus, looking at this here, get out of here early. It's kind of a long, drawn-out ball game tonight, so everybody should be in good shape tomorrow.
Yep, a lot of rest.
Don't pick up 5th in a row.
Don't miss tomorrow. Will there be a JV game tomorrow?
I can't remember if they have a JV or not.
Game's set to start at 5:30. That's pending any JV game, and we'll let you know. Until then, it's Boomer and Jamie, Greenbrier Valley Channel.